So, hello. I got an email. I got an email from Free League the other day, yesterday I think it was, for the final Dragonbane content, the one that went to print, and that's basically I'm very curious to have a look at. Since the quick start when I first ran this game, also on the channel, the game has changed a little bit. Some people of the die-hard fans were thinking the number of skills, for instance, was not large enough, not enough skills, so that has been changed, and you can already see the character sheet a little bit here in front of you. It's got a bit longer, and it's now split into primary and secondary skills. But yeah, well, let's have a look at what I basically want to achieve today. So I just want to have a look through this content here, to have a look at what you get now that as a Kickstarter back end, what will be in the box. And there's quite a bit. So I'm really looking forward to getting this box. And then, depending how I do and whether there's an interest, I might then do a bit of character creation as well, just to have a go at it. So let's have a look. I made a note sheet just in case. I've got my dice on the board. You can see them already under my picture. My little black book. And then we crack open the PDF. So basically what you get is, I'll just pull this over for a moment. It's going to be a bit hard for you to see unless I zoom in a bit. No, it doesn't matter. So you get treasure cards, you get standees, you get solo adventure. Might run that as well. You get pre-generated characters, they've been updated. You get player maps, you get Misty Vale maps, you get initiative cards, you get weapon cards, you get a getting started sheet, which is really a single sheet to say which one should you read first. You get the character sheet as form fillable. Certainly the one I've got. I think that's the one from there. You get a battle map. You get a pack of adventures and adventure cards. And then you get the rules. So I'm really going to do this in a noddy way, and I'm just going to start at the start. So the first thing I guess you need to look at is getting started. Looks like this single sheet. Decide who will be the game master. If you've just opened the box, another first one reading this, that's probably you. Yeah, that's how you get drawn into being a forever GM. That's precisely it. Read it, basically. Let each player create a character. Familiarize yourself with the rulebooks and get going. Sounds easy enough. And we have to remember this game is really meant for people starting with a hobby. It's pitched to that as an entry point. And to be honest, I think from what I've seen so far, it hits that point really, really well with all the pack-ins that you get. So the next thing you get is, I guess we can have a look at, what do you want to look at? Standees battle map. Let's have a look at the battle map. So you get a battle map. I think this one is going to be sort of laminated, so you can draw on it. One is outside, one is inside. Very simple flip maps. Okay, you then get cards. You get treasure cards. Let's start with treasure cards, why not? So it will be a pack of cards, and you basically can draw from it. Of course, you can probably do this as a VTT map as well. VTT deck, I mean. So you can get copper coins, you can get more copper coins, you can get silver coins, and there is a lot of them here. This PDF is 80 pages, so 40 cards, 40 treasure cards. Money, money, money. Jewelry, weapons. A rusty nail, always useful. You get a book. Eat or be eaten, plants of the forest. Grammar of the dragon tongue. I like that. Blood, phlegm, and bile. Master your bodily fluids. Excellent. It certainly has a very peculiar sense of humor, the game. Yeah, so that's the treasure cards. Again, in the physical starter, or the physical box set, I should say, you will get that as a deck. Along with some adventure cards, which are basically meant to make adventures on the go. Let's have a look at those adventure cards. The Ridder Mount. Oh yes, I remember the Ridder Mount. We've run this. Bothel's Load. These are the adventures that are packed in. So they're actually they're like the Legends and Forbidden Lands. And you're seeing this as for the first time, just like me. So these are probably the ones from the adventure book. I thought there might be sort of an adventure generator but they're very specific ones. Okay. Something else physical that a lot of games don't do these days is standees. So you get little cardboard cutouts with, like in the Pathfinder starter set. I think that's got it. Oh, the cat wants to come in. Hello, kitty. If you're lucky, you might even see the cat on the camera. She is a bit shy. There she comes. You can see her tail anyway. So yes, so basically these are cardboard cutouts. I'm sure they're punch outs, so you can just put them on your bases, and that's it. I could see using these for VTT as well quite nicely. Yeah, for sort of 3D theater insert style. That could be quite good. Oh, cuddly cat. So that's standees. What else do we get? We get the pre-gens. These are the ones that we had previously, I'm sure. But updated. So we have an elementalist without a name. Has he got a name? Archmaster Odin. Yes, they are the same ones as previously. But they will have been updated with new skills and the new rules. So that's good to have them. Makanda of Halfbay, the fearsome Mallard, the Duck Knight. Not the Dark Knight, but the Duck Knight. Get it? Yeah. All right. I'm here all week. You get the maps. I think that might be slightly spoilery, so if you don't want to see the player maps, then close your eyes. These will be supporting the adventures from the adventure book. There are 19 maps. I love the art style again. I think that's really cool. So generic maps, and yeah, probably could do this as a VTT quite easily as well. That's what you want to use from here. Okay, won't show them all. You get the setting of Misty Vale. So we've got a nice map here. Zoom in a bit, just so you see the style. Yeah, quite pretty. I like that. And then you get all the top backers in here. My name is around there somewhere. So good to see that they fulfilled that promise as well. You get initiative cards. They're not very exciting. They're numbers 1 to 10. The initiative in this game is a bit different in that you have to draw initiative every single turn. It gets refreshed. You can trade the initiative between yourselves and with the opponents. So there's a fair bit of tactical decision on here. You also only get one action in every turn. So if you parry or you defend, then you tap your card and basically that's you done for the round. As I go through it, if you've got any questions, please ask. You get a getting started. Now I've done that one. Improvised weapon cards. So what happens if you attack with Boiling Cauldron? So again, in the physical thing, you can just hand these out, and the back of the card tells you the environment they would fit in. So this is something you might find in an inn. Or the Brawl, burning firewood. Inn. Is there something other than inn? Cave. Yes, improvised weapons in a cave. A stalagmite. Very good. Ripped off the ceiling. Oh, floor. Stalactite would be the ceiling. You can attack with a puddle. Roll to trip the enemy. Okay. If you succeed, the enemy must spend one action to... Yeah, okay. There's a puddle there. Crevice. Bats. Low branches. In the forest now. Gnarled roots. These are obstacles as well, I think. Yeah. Roll bushcraft to pick up the snake and throw it at an enemy. I have to say, I like the humor of this game. So we've done that. The character sheet is already up in the background. And the next lot is the adventures. And I won't show them all because that would be a bit spoilery. But look at those nice pictures. So you do get one. The rid amount is the one from the quick start. It's been slightly updated, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 adventures in this. And I think, from memory, there were some digital-only ones as well. And they chain together into a little bit of a campaign, if I remember correctly. So you've got the GM map telling you where they're based. tie in the history, what is it all about, and then the course of events and how to use it all. The story begins when the player characters find a dying man on their way to the Misty Vale through Drakmar Pass. And he tells them about the secret of the Dragon Emperor. Very good. Omens, opening scene. Yeah, I'm not going to show you any more than that, but you have, this is where the maps come in and the cards come in and everything else. And you get the stats for the enemy. You can already see that they are monster attacks here. If it's a monster, you roll, or you can select the monster attack that you want to select. Very much like Forbidden Lands, but it's got a different feel from when I played it. This is a bit lighter feel, a bit more popcorn, beer, or beer and pretzels feel. Right. So I think one of the best ways of actually getting to know a system is to have a look at character creation. So I thought we might do that here, and just create the character as we go through. I'm not going to do this in Foundry or something, just going to do it on the character sheet. So the books give you an introduction for a few pages, and then straight into your player character. And then the rest of the rules, you get combat, magic gear, a bestiary, and adventures. The whole book is 106, oh, this is the rules book, it's 116 pages. As you already can see, the adventures are not in here, there's a separate book in the box. And we'll see that maybe in a bit. But one of the questions I have, if these are glue bound again, I read some problems exist with the Blade Runner blue glued line binding, that people say, okay, I used the book 3 times and it's broken the back of it. So hopefully that's not the issue here. Hopefully, that would be really sad. I normally work with PDFs anyway, but the whole idea of this is it's a box you can have on your bookshelf and you can play anytime. So you get stats. I'm sure you're familiar with these if you've looked at some of the previous videos I've done. You can see them at the top of the character sheet as well, but I think this is a better zoom in. So it gets the typical D&D almost. Strength, constitution, agility, intelligence, then there's willpower and charisma. So there's no separate decks. You're called the Game Master, not the Dragon Master. I changed that. And it's got a little bit here about playing online as well. I'm looking forward to when the Foundry comes out. Or maybe the Roll20. Foundry. Definitely Foundry. So, your player character. And I'm going to roll everything. So here's your overview. First a kin, then the innate ability, profession, age, name, attributes, derived ratings, strength skills, a heroic ability, a weakness, a gear, some gear, memento, and appearance. Now, if you guys have any input or you want to have a spellcaster or not a spellcaster, put it in the chat. Very happy to play along with you guys. I'm actually possibly using this as a solo character. Oh, Kitty, don't go. I talk too much, apparently. So the first roll is a d12. Let's clear this off. D12. What is it going to be? A 7. I have a 7. A 7 will be a halfling. Okay. So, kin. Halfling. Oh gosh, this is going to be a bit small on the screen, isn't it, for you guys? So you might have just to listen. So, halfling. Each kin has an innate ability. And we'll find that here then on the individual pages. The halfling has got hard to catch. That sounds very much like Forbidden Lands. To catch. So I'm going to copy that across into here. I'll actually type it out. Hard to catch. Now, the way willpower points work here is very different to Forbidden Lands. In that you actually start with a full lot of willpower. And then you spend it. And you only get it back if you rest. So it's not like you have to earn it first. Yeah, that's quite different. So hard to catch means you can activate this ability when dodging an attack, getting a boon to the evade roll. Now, a boon is basically an advantage on the roll. They call them boons and banes. And I can actually roll a name here as well. So let's do the rolls. D6. 4, and the 4 is Bumble. First name Bumble. Why not? Don't like how they're black boxes. Bumble. So I switched them off in between. Okay, so next. Profession. Do you want to pick the person in the stream? Or shall I just roll? I guess I just roll. So 1d10. Roll. What is it going to be? It's going to be an 8. I'm going to be merchant. Oh, good. I haven't done the merchant before. It's a new profession. Again, if I compare it to Forbidden Lands, it's probably the peddler, the equivalent. So then we zoom down past all the nice pictures. Hunter, knight, mage, mariner, merchant. So buying cheap and selling dear is the golden rule. Key attribute is going to be charisma. The skills are listed there. I probably should remember those. And then we've got some gear. So, bottom. Yeah, I have to see how that actually works out. Nickname D6. Let's do that one. Bumble Silvergrim. Okay. How's it taking it? Bumble Silvergrim. And then we have gear. The 2, I've got a dagger. These are gear packs. So it's not like individual things. You have to buy these as starter packs essentially. So I've got a weapon, which is a dagger. I've got a sleeping pelt. And it's inventory slots, this system. So the encumbrance basically is twice your strength, I think. But I'll look at that later. Sleeping pelt, torch. Some of these are tiny items. So I think the flint, for example, I think is tiny. Flint and tinder. Then we've got a rope. Other way around. I have a donkey. I don't think I'm going to carry the donkey. So I'm going to put it in where I'm going to put them. And Tiny the donkey. Got a name as well. We have these 6 food rations. And D12 silver. So 4 food rations. No idea what that actually counts, but I probably will. 4 rations and 12 silver. So, okay, that's done. Oh, hang on. Somebody's in the chat now. Oh, Paul again. Did you make a form fillable PDF? No, actually came with it, Paul. Oh, and I just realized I was actually going to record this in German. Oh well, doing it in English now. The form fillable PDF was in the pack, so that was quite nice. And I'm using ocular readers, so I think that's why it's black background, which I don't actually like very much. So, age. Again, D6, how old is it going to be? He is young. So, form. Where do I put the age? You see it's there. Young. Train skills. So that's 6 plus 2 skills. I'm just going to put that here. 6 plus 2 skills. 6 are the basic ones. 2 are additional ones. And I've got agility and constitution plus 1. Ah, hello Kai again. Good to see you. I was going to do this in German and then I started talking in English the whole time. So, but I know you're fine with that. Looking at the recently released beta, the final, no, it's not beta anymore, the release version of Dragonbane that came out yesterday. And it's quite exciting what's in there. So agility and con plus 1. Going to have a look at that. So we now go into the attributes. Before I go back to the skills, I'm going to get rid of that. What we have to do is, you can add this various ways, but we're going to do this one. Roll 46 and keep the best for each of the skills. And then you can decide which one goes where, I think. Yeah. So we need charisma as key skill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 46. Oh, that's rubbish. That's the 7. What's my dump stat? Are you sure it's not fillable? I can send you this one, but when I opened it, you can see this blue banner here at the top, I think, just about. It says, this document has forms, click on the button to interact with them. So it depends on your reader, maybe. It will not work, I believe, in Chrome, for example. So, where was I? 7. What can I give a 7 to? Low willpower? Why not? Nah. Low strength. There we go. That's my 7. So 46. The next one. The worst one is the 2. So that's better. That's 8 plus 14. 14? Shall we put 14? For... Well. Roll that again. Best 3. Another 14. Agility. I want something higher for charisma. Ah, that's not going to go higher. That's 10. That's intelligence. 12 for Consti. No, come on. Be a good roll. No, that's not going to roll. Going to roll again. 12. So I'm going to take the 12 on willpower and the 14 across to charisma. It's a bit laggy, that form, actually. It's a bit annoying. So I then get +1 on agility, which makes it 15. And I get 1 on con, which makes it 13. So my movement starts with 8. Short legs, don't run as quickly. My damage bonus is strength and agility. You can have 2 different ones. Strength with a 7 is nothing, and agility with a 15 is +d4. So you don't have a flat value, you actually roll an extra die. It's a bit like Simbarum. Right, willpower points is equal to your will. So my will is 12. Willpower points... Where have I got them? Yeah, 12. Now we get to the skills. So this is a bit tricky. You have a base chance, no for attributes. Let's see. Every skill is connected to an attribute. This is indicated on the character sheet. The base chance is a free skill level that you automatically get. So before I actually learn anything, I can now go through and say agility. Probably zoom in a bit. Ooh, it looks terrible. Come on, reload the texture. Okay, so agility, anything with agility, I've got 15. 15 as a base chance of 6. So that reminds me of some other games. I guess that includes weapon skills. So next one is intelligence. I'm not very intelligent. 10 is a 5 base chance. 5, 5, 5, 5. And if you spot me doing anything wrong, then tell me. First time I'm doing this. Right, strength 7, nothing. That's a 4. For there, for there, for there, for there. The music here is Adrian von Ziegler, and it says album called. What is it called? Well, Tokyo Rain, but the album is called Equinox. So, strength, what am I missing? I'm missing an agility here. Agility was a 6. I'm missing charisma. Oh, there's another agility. 6. Didn't want to make a note. So charisma is quite high. It's 14. 14 gives me a 6. At least 1 intelligence. 10 more 5. So I now should really go back and say, what are the other skills? The start of your game, your level in trained skills is equal to twice the base chance. So I now need to choose which one I want to train. 6 of them need to be from the profession and 2 free ones. So back to the merchant. So out of these skills at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I need to train 6. I'm definitely going to go for sleight of hands. So that's trained, number 1. I'll go for evade. Number 2. I go for knives. Number 3. Bartering. 4. Persuasion. 5. Which one is the last one I should go for? Spot hidden. Bluffing. Or awareness. Spot hidden. Bit roguish. And then 2 free choices. Can there be secondary skills? In this base game, you don't get a base chance in secondary skills. Yeah, I need to find out what they are. Let's leave them to the side so I can have 2 more skills. I'm traveling, so bushcraft. I'm gonna go for that. And so I can sell stuff? No. Performance, myths and legends. Maybe, so I can just stay out of trouble. How about a ranged weapon? Slings. It's an agility weapon. So your weapon skills are basically either based on strength or on agility. You can see that here on the character sheet. If you can see, it's a bit small. But that basically should give me a better chance to hit, seeing as my strength is much weaker than my agility. So we've done that. I'm not saying this is optimized, but I'm not a min-maxer anyway. So I can now choose a heroic ability. You start the game with 1, unless you're magic, and then you don't. Because you get magic instead. I'm going to roll that, or pick that. These are weaknesses, not heroic abilities. Described in the next chapter. You start the game with 1. I find that a bit annoying. At least they should have had a list, I think. These are the normal abilities, heroic abilities. So, what goes with us here? Acrobatics I haven't done. Here there's some requirements, so for some of these, or most of these, you will have some sort of requirement. Disguise, for example, bluffing. I didn't take bluffing, so I can't use that. I did use evade. Evade is 12, so I could be contortionist. Have I got a melee skill weapon? Melee weapon skill 12. On knives, so I could be defensive. Could be Dragon Slayer. How about that? Eagle Eye, awareness. I didn't take awareness. Insight. No, wouldn't help me. Intuition. Don't have Myth and Legends 12. That won't help me. Lightning Fast. Get an extra initiative card. Master Craftsman of some sort. Don't have crafting. Master Chef. Why not? Master Chef. I'm gonna go for that. It's cheap. Have you done it, Kai? Have you built a character or 2 in this new rule set? Master Chef. Real delay on that PDF. What did you build, Kai? Don't spill the beans, tell us. So the next thing will be a weakness. So let's get rid of these. 14, craving knowledge. Oh yeah, the hunt for knowledge is more important than my friends. Weakness. Where do I put my weakness on this sheet? Is that the motivation, do I think? You know, Paul, this might be the PDF from beforehand. I'm just thinking, because somebody put that on the Discord. So it might have been leading you up the garden path. Because I'm pretty sure the most recent one will actually name this differently. Let's have a quick look. Character sheet. So I downloaded them on the same day. So, let's say. Still say motivation anywhere or weakness? It says neither, doesn't it? Motivation. That's the same. Ah, yeah, V1. So it's basically the same as far as I can tell, but it says weakness rather than motivation. So I was wrong. I was using a different version. I think the rest is the same though. So I think that's all the fiddly stuff. Now it's just some gear and some memento. So D20, a 13, a locket containing a lock of hair is my memento. Right. Encumbrance. So weapons at hand don't count for anything. That's always good to know. Torches and lanterns is an item. Yeah. Backpack. Heavy items counts as 2, tiny as nothing. And how much can you carry? Half your strength, rounded up. So my strength is only 7. So I can 4 slots is all I can carry. And comes limit 4. That's not very good, is it? Time to get a backpack. Yep, okay. You need to tell me these things, guys. It's really expensive microphone, but it has some issues and I can't resolve them. Firmware updates haven't helped. Motherboard update hasn't helped. That's a Rode. It's one of their gaming ones. It's really nice, but really annoying that it doesn't work properly. Why didn't you tell me, Paul? You need to tell me these things so I can fix them. So, that's my character. That's my halfling merchant. Would you be interested to see a mage being made as well? Or is that enough for now? Save as characters. What was it called? Mumble Silvergrin, wasn't he? Yeah, well, Guratol, you told me, but the others didn't. Nah. Right. Just get rid of that note if I can get to it. No, don't know where that is. So that's first character done. Do you want me to make another caster, or have you had enough of me? You can tell me whether you've played the game. I think Kai has played the game, and I know Paul has played the game. This time I'm sure he remembers. Twice, yes. Roll the dice. Roll it. Yeah. What did you make of the game, Paul? Share your experience a bit. Yeah, the skills have grown a little bit since the previous one, so they've added some extra skills in it. That's definitely different, and there's a few more heroic abilities, like deflecting arrows. I find that's quite cool. You can parry a ranged attack with a melee weapon instead of a shield. That's pretty cool. And then combat hasn't really changed that much from what I remember. You still have one action, and that's it per round. You can still shove. There's still some tactics in it. It was great and fun, simple and deadly. You were playing when you were playing with me. You were playing the Halfling, weren't you? Severe injuries. The healing and resting is quite good. You can have a round rest, a single round in combat. That gives you a d6 willpower. It's very useful. Stretch rest, 15 minutes, which is enough to have a Death Knight resurrect themselves and attack you again after just being fought to the ground by it. And then a shift rest is the long one. Long rest. I really want to play this again. I thought it was good, and this is sort of... It feels a bit like Forbidden Lands, but it's got a different atmosphere to it. So it's faster, it's a bit pulpier. You've got the cantrips, for example. You've got the small spells in it, so it feels a bit more like D&D. And one thing I was considering is, other than the adventures that are here with it, of course, is to maybe run either the Bitter Reach with it, or maybe, I don't know whether you can see it, this one here. Yeah, which is Icewind Dale, the Rime of the Frost Maiden. I could quite easily imagine running that in this game, because it's got this sort of the same atmosphere to the little spells. And if you go to some of the spells here, if you look for Animism, this is new, that wasn't in the quick start. A bit of a hippie here. You can magic tricks, you can have bird song around you. Or you can just snip your fingers and your room is cleaned. That's quite cool. Wish my teenage kids would be able to do that. The floral trail, beautiful flowers sprout wherever you walk. That's quite cool as well. You can change color and length and style of your hair as you see fit. They're whimsical, of course they are. But that's the whole idea of these little magic things. And I think they cost still one willpower. Elementalism, perfect for something cold and frosty like this one. Heat and chill. Yeah, you can protect yourself against cold in it. And then mentalism. There's another magic path, and I'm sure there will be more magic paths coming. Oh, by the way, did you see that the... I've got that in the background somewhere. That Free League have now announced their license for this. That's my email. I'll just pull that down here. Where did they send it? Yesterday, I think it was. They sent out their notification that they now have the license here, this one. Ah, come on, I don't want it to be too big in the stream. So, they've got the new Year Zero engine SRD released, and they've got the license, the content licenses for Dragonbane. So you basically can very easily now have your own content modules and batch them as a module or compatible with Dragonbane. And I think that's really exciting. I'm sure that this would actually generate a lot of content on drive-thru and maybe in other places, because you don't have to go through drive-thru anymore. You can just say, here's some content I made, and play with it. Yeah, so they're really keen, Free League are really keen that the community contributes to this one. Quite exciting, I think. And the Year Zero SID, of course. Which doesn't cover this one, because it's not Year Zero. So, anything else you want me to look at? Should I make a mage or not? Yeah, we hate Death Knights, they should be banned. The Death Knight was pretty deadly, wasn't he? Yeah, fighting monsters. Another thing as well, monster attacks cannot be parried, they can only be dodged, for instance. Demons, dragons, ghosts. I like the giant. Reminds me of a sports teacher. I used to have a PE teacher. Ah, I love this goblin. He looks like a proper goblin. Harpies. Yeah, so it's the typical ones you find all the time. But yeah, the images are really nice. The artwork is really nice. Vampiric bats. And then there's the adventures. Oh yeah, I wanted to have a quick look at the... there's journey rules here. They feel again very much like Forbidden Lands, but you don't seem to have as many mishaps as quickly here. So you have some, but they're not. There's not a different table for mishap, for camping, for cooking, or whatever. Hunting. It's just one journey mishap. Making camp, hunting, fishing, foraging, and cooking. So again, I really want to try out what that feels like when you play it. And then you've got typical NPCs, stat blocks, makes it a bit easier. And some tips about how to create adventure sites. Do as you wish. I have no idea about Dragonbane. Okay, I only knew of D&D until I met Clago and learned that there are many more systems. Kurotol, you're not the only one. I think there are a lot of people out there who just know about D&D, and that's it. And with all the things that have been going on recently, your mileage may vary, of course. But I just think that, yeah, you should actually be promoting alternatives to D&D. So you may have watched the stream I did with Clago as well, where we talked about alternatives. And there's so much more. Or maybe you were in it. Don't actually know who Kurotol is. Maybe we've played together already. Right, where was I? A mage. Your wish is my command, as they say. So I'll open recent. Let's make another one. Open recent. What sort of magician shall we go for? And do you want to pick this time, or shall we roll dice again? First question, Kin. Yeah, Baldur's Gates game were cool. I played them a lot as well. And Neverwinter Nights, the old one, not the MMO, but the original one. I loved that. So, what shall we go for? What kin? How shall I roll? Yeah, Neverwinter Nights. I was always trying to get into an online game with a Game Master on Neverwinter Nights, because that was actually what sold me on it. And I recently went back to play the old Classics collection. I've got this all on Good Old Games. Like the good old Pool of Radiance, for example, and Icewind Dale, and Icewind Dale 2, which I played when they came out in the 90s, I think it was. I played them so much. And I have to say, in Icewind Dale, I think I didn't survive the first fight, didn't survive the second one, and then I thought, oh, you know what, go slightly further back and replayed the beginning of A Bard's Tale, you know, the old one. And you end in this town. I just walked down an alley and immediately got jumped by some rats or whatever. And I thought, yeah, fine. And completely got wiped. You just forget how hard those games used to be and how punishing they used to be. And for example, in Bard's Tale, there was no map. You had to sketch everything out on graph paper. Those were the days. All right. Oh, you did some online GMing with it. Okay, maybe you want to do that. Again, Paul, I would be game for that. So, let's let the dice decide. It is an 11. So, an 11 is a Mallard wizard. That sounds good. So, again, Mallard. So, this time we're going to pick the profession. Mallard. Innate ability we'll look up as well. They have 2, I think. Is that right? Do they get 2? In most cases, where's the Mallard? 6 playable. Humans are the most common. Okay, maybe it's on the Mallard, or maybe I just misremember this. So their origin is shrouded in mystery. What's the name? 1 Quaxum. Okay, why not? Work. Splats is also good. I like splats. I have a knack for trade. Agitated quacking is often an integral part of the soundscape around marketplaces. Yeah, we need something from Sirenscape there, or tabletop audio with duck quacking in the market square. Fierce in battle and feared by many for their murderous rage. Okay, so which ability should I go for? Should I go for ill-tempered? They can go angry very easily, but it's supposed to be caster, so maybe not. Or webbed feet. Swimming quickly. I'm going to go for the useless one. I'm going to go for webbed feet. So, then we go on to profession, and there we decided we wanted to go for mage. Grumpy mage. Yeah, but if you can't use Grumpy's bonus for intelligence-based stuff, sort of hinders that a little bit, doesn't it? So, mage, there's our mage. Key attribute will be willpower. While I'm here, I might just do the other name. No, wrong die. A 4. Name I said Stormhand. Quacksome Stormhand. And then the gear. Can I copy and paste that? It's probably quicker. There's no notes field on this, which is a bit annoying. Grumpy mage, yes. So, as a mage, you can use magic. Animism, elementalism, mentalism. I think I've seen the first sort of homebrew mage schools already coming through on Discord. Necromancy and things like that. So how old is he going to be? Roll a d6. He is going to be a 4. He's going to be an adult duck. Age. Adult. So that means 6 skills plus 4 other skills. And then we go for the attributes. So 4d6. Discard the worst. Ooh, that is 15. Shall we use that one for our highest? Willpower. Next one. That's not bad either. 11 for charisma. Dumpstat. 8 for agility. 11 again. Con. I'm hoping for something higher for intelligence. 13, that'll do. And strength. That's 14. 14 strength? Oh, he's a strong mage, why not? So that's that one. Right. Hit power, hit points, I didn't enter them last time. Is your con, so that's 11. Willpower is your will. Which is 15. Movement for a duckling is 8, like a halfling. And half the strength rounded up is what you can carry. Bonus for strength or agility. Strength 14. I get a d4 damage bonus. Nice for mage. And agility 8. Don't get anything. What else do I need? Remind me. A weakness while I'm here? Nine. Gluttonous. Okay. A gluttonous duck. And a memento while I'm here. And then I want to get into the magic school. So 17, a bone whistle. Okay. Done that. Appearance. A prominent tattoo. Where does a duck have a prominent tattoo? On the beak? Because otherwise it's feathers, isn't it? Or am I just making this up? Have another look. Yeah, where would this... I guess they have hands. Yeah, tattoo on the beak sounds cool. Not sure how that actually would work. Sorry, mage is what I'm looking for. So what else was there? Key instruments. So we now need 6 skills. And my heroic skill is going to be being a mage. So I don't get anything extra. So, what shall we go for, guys? Animist, Elementalist, Mentalist. What shall we go for? Make it a bit bigger. Any opinions? Go and help me out. So, animists believe that everything in the world has a spiritual presence and see magic as a power lent by nature's spirits. The force be with you. Elementalists describe magic in terms of 4 elements, typical fireballs and stuff. Mentalists say that magic comes from within, that it can be manifested through self-control and discipline. Elementalist or animist, I think. Elementalist. Okay. So we're going to go for skill number 1. No, not Alemann. That's something else. Elementalist. Does that count as a secondary skill, do we think? Then 6 skills. That's one of them, I suppose. Elementalism. It's not listed, so it must be secondary skill. Then awareness is definitely good. So I'm going to learn that. I'm going to use the tick box just to say that's going to be learned one. Myths and legends somebody needs. And staves. Other opinions? Healing. Somebody needs to be able to heal. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. You cannot select the second magic school at the beginning. Pretty sure it said that. Awareness. That's 5. One more. These boxes are meant actually as experience marks. But while you're creating character, why not use them like that? With some legends, languages could be good. Or getting out of the way. No, languages. Let's go for languages. Healing I have. Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely useful. So, now I need to look at my base chances again. Base skill chances. And double them. There they are. As I lose my mouse pointer. So let's see. You get a base chance in skills you're not trained in. Oh, you do. Okay. So that's animism. But you don't know the spells, do you? And the other one was mentalism. Page 57. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. 57. As a newly created mage, you may select one school as a trained skill based on intelligence. You don't get a base chance in magic schools that you're not trained in, even as a mage. I think that contradicts what you say there. Yeah, if I look here, you don't get a base chance. Are you looking at the same version as me, Paul? Right. The rest of the group Look, I don't even know whether there will be the rest of the group. I'm wondering whether I should run this as the solo adventures, because I really want to try them out and I've got some time. All right then, that's fine, Paul. Where was I? Lost my place now. Base chances. Easier to jump up. Where were they? Yeah. So, agility. What's my agility? Let's start with that again. 8. That gives me a 4 for anything with agility. Now, this is something, of course, where some sort of VTT could be really handy in doing this quickly. Paul, do you know who's working on this? Because I'm sure somebody's working on Dragonbane. And seeing as you have an inside line to some of the developments. Not you, is it? Right, the next one is strength. 14 is a 6. It's a very strong mage. 6 strength, 6 crafting. Where's the strength? Access 6. Rolling 6. Hammer 6. We had a dev chat the other day, and so far there's no one assigned. Really? That's a pity. There is actually a fan-based system out there, which is based on the custom systems builder. Sort of works, but it's not very pretty, so I was hoping for something a bit better than that. So, next intelligence. You shall go for intelligence. 13 is a 5. No, it's a 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. A lot of intelligence-based skills here. It's not very balanced. There's another agility. Agility was... Charisma. 11. 5. 5. 5. And a 5. So, the learned ones I double. And I still have 4 skills. 4 extra skills to pick. So, opinions. Actually, I would be better off with the strength weapon, wouldn't I? Definitely better off. So I'm going to learn what's the base chance for casting? Is it willpower based? I think it's willpower based, isn't it? What page was it again? 51? I missed bows, did I? Yeah, sorry, I fixed it by now. 50 something. Based on intelligence. Oh, that's not good. My intelligence is a bit low. But 13 is not too bad, I suppose. So intelligence was 13. That's a 6. And it's trained. So 12. So 2 more skills. Has no range weapon. Wanna go for access? Why not? That's 1. Now knives includes throwing knives, doesn't it? And axes includes throwing axes. So that's my ranged weapon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure though it said on the mage it was willpower. Or did I mess that up? You need willpower points to actually cast spells, so that might have something to do if I didn't misread it. Yeah, key attribute willpower. So basically you spend willpower points to create your magic. Yeah, you need to have willpower. Oh, I think it's 2 willpower for power level. So if you want to cast a mighty spell, it might take 6 willpower points right away. And therefore you need a lot of willpower. And your willpower basically determines or your will characteristics go straight into your willpower points at the bottom. Yeah, I agree, Paul. So I still missed myself up now. That was 1 extra skill I've picked so far, isn't it? I need 3 more. Quite like the idea of crafting something, so I'm going to use that one. 2 more. Yeah, I'm not actually that familiar with it either. I ran it a couple of times, but that's about it. Once in German, once in English. Available on my stream if anybody wants to watch it. Still find like I need something that is not as close combat as an axe. Riding, yeah, I suppose. As a duckling. Swimming could be good. Riding, why not? 1 more. Beast Law. As I said, I'm not optimizing characters anyway, just playing with it, see what happens. So that's 6 plus 4 skills, that's all done. Right, the only other thing was... Sleeping Pill Torch. Basic gear, there must be something else I'm missing here. Profession determines what gear you choose, that I've done that. So basically you start without a weapon. That's a bit mean, isn't it? Got some gold, D8 silver. How much silver have I got? 6. Yeah, I have magic, that's true, but still. No armor, no nothing. Simple clothing is all I have. And I can swim well. And I've got a grimoire. Now, grimoire does help you as well. What does a grimoire do again? Ah, grimoire. You hold your spells in your memory or your grimoire, of course. It's your spellbook. Automatically created, newly created mages automatically get 1. Recall all the spells, you know. Yeah, I need to look at some spells, don't I? So, that's why we did this, so we could have a look at the spell. As a newly created mage, you may select 3 rank 1 spells and 3 magic tricks. They must be chosen from your school. So, we need to go and find the spell list for elementalism. Spell list. They must be from my school, so what about the generic ones? You know? So basically you've got a category called general magic, and these are things that anybody can do, any school can do. So can I pick from that? Or do I just know these? Like in Forbidden Lands. Elementalism. So magic tricks. I can have 3 tricks. The tricks could be heat, chill, or ignite. That's all. If I can have 3 of them, I'll have them all, right? So heat, chill, is it not taking it? Sometimes I really don't like this ocular reader. See how long that took to come through? I can't see the cursor on the black, which is also annoying. What's your favorite PDF reader, guys? Because Ocular can cope with a lot of stuff, but some of these things I don't like. Foxit was not able to do some of the stuff I wanted to use. That's such a delay between hitting a key. Something happened. PDF Exchange. Yeah, Foxit I've used as well. Is PDF Exchange free? Ignite. Off smoke. Maybe if I close some of the other things down. The map and the cards and the previous character. Maybe that will behave a bit better. Yeah, Foxit, there was something annoying about Foxit. I can't remember, but it wasn't doing something very well. So that seems to be slightly better. And 3 other spells. So, rank 1. Fireball. They don't cause a lot of damage from memory, right, Paul? When we were down in that Riddermount dungeon, the fireball didn't do so much. Frost, gust of wind. Pillar. Pillar was really useful, I remember that much. I'm gonna go for pillar. So, all living creatures lose d6 hit points and willpower points. Humanoids are also frozen in place, but not monsters. So Firebolt actually helps a little bit about monsters, against monsters. But Gust of Wind was really useful, so I'm going to go for that one. And the last one would either be Shatter, Fireball, or Frost. Fireball is a classic, you're right there. Guratol, you probably haven't played Midgard then yet, have you? Which is the oldest German role-playing system, a bit like Dragonbane is the oldest Swedish one. In that you have a fireball, and it moves at 4 meters per round. So they were trying to be very, very different. You can use it, but it's basically like this ball of fire that walks at less than walking pace. So you can't just throw it across the room and people always have time to run away from it, which in a way nerfed it, but it was quite clever. You had to get inventive with it. So Fireball, he says. Yeah. I really can wait for every letter to appear on the screen. That's how slow this is. But looking ahead, there are some cool things like Fire Blast, Stone Shield, Stone Wall, Tidal Wave, Whirlwind, and then Firebird is a rank 3. Takes a while to get there. Firestorm, Gnome, an Earth Elemental. A Salamander, which is a Fire Elemental. A Sylph, which is a Wind Elemental. And an Undine, which is a Water Elemental. So that's the spells that you can get. You know, the more I invest in time now in actually creating these characters, I want to play these characters now. Who's up for playing? Impromptu game sometime this week or next? Huh? Who's up for it? English or German? Not French. My French isn't good enough anymore. So, let me remove these ticks. Dun, 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 dun. And because of the nature of the game and the way the rules and the skills and so on work, you basically can play any of the old school adventures, like the old D&D or other adventures with this system, without having to adjust it majorly, and that appeals. That's why I'm eyeing up that beautiful book, Icewind Dale. So, nobody up for playing then. Okay, pity. So I've now made 2 characters. Let's zoom in a little bit. This is Quaxum. That's a bit too zoomed. Now we just wait for Ocular. And we wait for Ocular while we watch the widescreen. It's not loading it properly at all. I was going to have a look at it. No, I can't. Save as. Ah, now it works. Awesome. So, we have a Mallard. With a prominent tattoo on the beak, has gluttonous. Eat every chance to eat. Then we've got the stats, low agility. The rest is pretty decent. No 18s. Damage bonus to strength. It's got web feet, some stuff which I would have to carry across. It's an elementalist with heat, chill, ignite, puff of smoke, pillar, gust of wind, and fireball. A little bit of money. Base chance of 12 in elementalism. No armor. No helmet. No axe. 15 and 12. Yeah, good. Any other questions on the system? On the character? Any more comments? I might just do a quick little entry in my mid-journey and see whether we can come up with a portrait for him. What's the prompt you need for this? What do you think? Imagine, what, a duck? A mallard? Wizard? Fantasy? Inked? Let's just start with a really basic prompt. Have you guys used Midjourney before? I've heard, hey, Fallen Twin Bear, I heard that they are reprinting the Quickstarter to take it to GothCon, which is this weekend coming in Gothenburg, and that you can basically go and pick it up there. So I'm sure that they will have updated it for the new rules. The pre-gens are actually already updated. So even if the adventure might have changed slightly, if you look at the pre-generated characters, they are the ones from the quick start, and they are fully updated. Yeah, so you've got the, if you, as we found out, if you look up here and it says weakness, then they updated to the latest weakness rather than motivation. And you have the full list of skills now as well. Yeah, so that might answer your question there. That's in the latest PDF release, these character updates. Baston, Blood Jaw. Always like this character here. He was fearsome, wasn't he, when we played it? So, nah, not sure that's what I'm looking for yet. That's not a duck, is it? That's like that's a crow or raven or something. This is some other bird. So maybe that didn't get Mallard. Maybe I should just do another. If you're any good with these prompts, by the way, let me know. And you can tell me what to write. Duck wizard. What else did I want to know? Pointed head? No, it does that automatically. Fantasy, of course. Inked. Aspect ratio 9 to 16. Yeah, beak, but I want a duck's beak, so shouldn't it automatically do that when I do duck? I think it should. I've created some really cool stuff the other few days, though. This one here, remember, for Rivers of London? Oh, you haven't played that scenario, you've played the other one. This is about Lollipop, a scenario from somebody called John Price. I like that one. Took a few attempts. I also liked this temple here. Yeah, and I know there are lots of people who say, oh, you shouldn't be using AI to make art. Oh, Paul, this you might appreciate this. Do you know what a Skittles alley is, right? Skittles as in the old game. So I put that in as a prompt. And what did I get? Yeah, so Midjourney doesn't know what Skittles are. They just think Skittles are just sweets. I mean, these are pretty cool pictures, but nothing to do with what I wanted. Oh, this was another Rivers of London one. Oh, this one here, I like that one. The closer you look, the closer you can see that the faces are not right. And in a way, that's quite creepy and that's quite good for Rivers of London. Yeah, that's for Forbidden Lands here. Where's my favorite? That was my favorite of these. Now, I couldn't make that artwork, nor could I afford to pay for it. Anyway, let's have a look at what I put up as a duck wizard. It's a bit small, really. So what do I put in? Do I add the beak? Wizard, duck, beak. Robe, axe, fantasy, and I'm gonna do painted this time rather than inked. Yeah, sometimes you really have to fiddle about, and I'm not necessarily the best at knowing all the triggers and switches you can throw. It doesn't look bad, it's just no duck. It's trying to be duck, but it's more like MMO on the beard there. Alright. Have we got something new? Still, it's not beaky, not ducky enough, is it? This one in the bottom left might just about work. What do you think? More crane, yeah. I quite like some of them, but they're just not ducks. Bottom right seems interesting. Not quite duck-like, though. I could, you can always ask it to regenerate it. So you basically, clicked somewhere wrong. You can go in and say, let's do this again. Or you can do variations of number 4, for example. And then you can upscale it eventually. Anyway, we're really getting away here from the idea of the stream. Any other questions you have about the game? I'll try to answer them, even though I haven't really played this latest version of it very much. We made 2 characters. We had a look at what that looks like, how it works. The base chances. You roll a d20 and you need to be under or matching your skill, and that basically means you have a success. And a 20 is not a good thing. Don't roll 20s in this game. So, there was another duck that quacked. Where did it go? There are some. It really depends which beta version you're talking about. If it's really the most recent one, I don't think there are huge changes, other than the weakness and memento one. Motivation one. That looks so similar now. Let me make them bigger. Which one do you think is best? Still not really ducky. Still like this one here at the bottom. One thing that Midjourney often doesn't quite do right, although it's got better, is the number of fingers, but I guess for Duckling it doesn't really matter. For Mallard. So the hands look a bit wizened here. Looks a bit better here. Alright. So much fun to be had with ducks. oh, no ducks. No, I need to work on the ducks a bit. Maybe you feed a picture in. You can feed pictures in as well and say, modify this. Yeah. Midjourney can't count fingers, apparently. Not very well, but... yeah, that's why you can tweak it. You need to get my ducks in a row. Yeah, very, very good. Oh, Wolfkin images. They're definitely better. I have got some stored away I can show you. Where did I put them? On my network in the arts folder. I might just do this and zoom in a bit. Now these are pictures I've recently made with it. View extra large icons. Oh, you can't go any larger than that. How do you like that one? Yeah, the soda rules I really want to try out as well. That's a nice one, I thought. That one was also not bad. Just sometimes have a few too many particles floating about. Looks like it's a wet dog shaking himself. Yeah, these are all used Midjourney, from Midjourney. This was for kids on bikes, which I quite like. Different style, very different style. This is a cover image I made for Midgard. This is the Rivers of London. This is for Brindlewood Bay. This is my Maven. Need to finish that. Kids on bikes. Some more kids on bike studies. This is for the Tower, the Blasted Heath in Simbarum. Paul might know this one from the starter set. I thought that came out nicely. And with less thunderstorm. This one was for our Conan game, where they go into Ruined City. As again, I was trying out Conan stuff. Didn't quite like the cowboy hat in this. I used this as a thumbnail for the YouTube videos. It's good for that sort of stuff as well. Incidental graphics. Another one for Conan. Yeah, but if you put Conan, like 4 adventurers Conan, it basically makes 4 Conans rather than 4 adventurers. I've been trying a few things here. This is for the 4 dwarves, and they don't really look like dwarves. They're too tall for dwarves, I think. Desert Warrior. I like this one. And that's a scene, and I used this as my camera backdrop. One of these, again, for Conan. Vultures of Shem, which we're going to play again on Thursday night if you want to watch. This is the one I used as camera backdrop. I quite liked Action Shot. She looks a bit strange if you zoom in quite a lot, like she's got a huge scar running around her face, but why not? This is for Star Trek Adventures, supposed to be an Andorian, but it has no antennas, so you can't use them. And this was the amphibians we had in Forbidden Lands the other day. I like that one. From the Book of Beasts in Forbidden Lands. And this is some Cthulhu stuff. 1920s, and that's 1960s. I was inspired by somebody on the Call of Cthulhu, the Chaosium thing, first campaign. And this is going to be for Alas the Heavy Sea, I think it's called. Where we're going to play in Southeast Asia. That's coming up soon. And a couple of other portraits. Yeah, that's for my Forbidden Lands again. Swamps in the Dwarfs in the Swamp. I like that one as well. Better than that one, actually. So I don't like people who have got things sticking out of their helmets. Just all about horned stuff. Well, that one I like as well. I have to go and open the door in a minute. Yeah, they can be very useful. And you can get like the first 20 pictures or something for Midjourney you get for free. I've subscribed for this. This was another backdrop that I used for Forbidden Lands. And I think that's it. That's what I've currently stored. But as you say, I'm really far away now from the original theme here. So, anything else you want to know? Otherwise, I'm going to go and find out how my daughter's photography exam went today. Well, she probably doesn't want to tell me she's a teenager after all. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Now, guys, if you want to play at some point, then do let me know, yeah? Either in German or in English. I'm very keen to play this one here again. Yeah, I was... That's quite funny in a way. Twin Bear, I had the intention of actually streaming this in German. But then... Yeah, my brain doesn't always switch. So I actually started rambling away just in English and decided to just stick with it. As everybody who came to the stream actually speaks English and not everybody speaks German. So really nice of you to stop by, guys. And see you next time. Enjoy it. And if you find out something I did wrong, leave me a message. Yeah, so I can learn from this. See you soon.